that your father, I really feel like he's there, like I get to know him. And your mom, all of the characters, you pack it with lots of incredible incidents and very human behavior and keenly observed little gestures all the way through. I mean, that's really a skill. I mean, you're a great actress, but what made you think how did you know you could do this?
Well, I didn't really. It was, what I knew, though, immediately was that I really liked doing it. And it seems to me that most things that don't require a huge amount of effort are usually the things that one's quite talented at, or the things that kind of come easily and you go, oh, that's not so bad. That's kind of good. Go on with that. And the other thing that this experience afforded me was a way to kind of unload my soul a little bit. My husband died 5 years ago, and that's a time of deep reflection, and I think it was an important catharsis for me to kind of look at what had gone before and try to connect with my parents again and all of that.
Mm. I have some little questions here, and I've got, just in case I got nervous, I wrote the cruise so just to shake it up a little. So I'm going to ask you one of those to start. What is your favorite virtue?
Well, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's certainly one that I would like to have more of, which is patience. It's money a virtue.
Hearing you read the very beginning, when you describe your mother's dresser and the bedroom, I had the great privilege of actually being in your own bedroom in Venice, and noticed that the way that you describe her bedroom is very much the way yours is now. And really all of those bottles and little pictures and framed objects and beautiful treasured things, was that a conscious choice, or is that
on
just
television they call them hoarders? Thank God I have a housekeeper.
But do you have some of your mom's stuff there? Is that
Yeah,
part of it?
I have her stuff, I have my stuff, I have my dad's stuff, I have their parents' stuff. There's very little that I don't have. I'm a sort of repository of familial objects.
But it's amazing, everything has a story too. You pick up something and then you'll tell some remarkable story about how that came into your hands.
That's why I kind of can't let things go.
Right. Also, you're a Cancer.
I know.
And we hang on.
We do. Till the death.
Yes, exactly. What are your favorite qualities in a man?
Well, they're not necessarily the ones that are attractive, if you know what I mean.
I didn't.
I love them, but why am I not totally only attracted to gentlemen? I don't know. I like rascals. I like bad boys, always have, and I hope always to. It's a mutual thing.
Okay, good. Okay.
I think Dad got me in trouble early on with that.
Because he was such a rascal.
He was a bit of a rascal, yes. I'd say he wrote the book.
And Tony, with whom it seems like in the book anyway, you have a very tempestuous relationship. There's clearly a lot of love there, and you rely on him at times when things got very rough with your dad, and he seemed to be there for you. But I get the sense that there was a lot of
push and pull with Tony. And as I try to describe in the book, we were both vying for our parents' attention, so there was a good degree of competition and one-upmanship. But there was also the knowledge that he was the only person in the world who knew about this condition. And we didn't see many other children. We grew up in rural southwestern Ireland, about 20 miles from the nearest big town. And so we were forced to be together a lot. We didn't agree on anything, practically. He liked to take his shotgun out and aim it at birds, and I liked saving birds and saving sick and dying things. So we had a bit of a dichotomy there. And Tony was really raised to be the Lord Master or the future Lord Master of St. Clarence, and I think St. Clarence was my father's house in Ireland, and he was always given, we were both given the impression that it would sort of always be there, as typically English and Irish mansions remain in the family. And I think it was a surprise to Tony when Dad sold the house.
Yeah. It seemed
As
like
it was to me.
I was going to say, it seemed like it was a big surprise too. And were they alike? Was there something about them that was?
Well, I think Tony was the sportsman that Dad wanted him to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe it was because they were alike, although I never really saw a marked characteristic between them. My brother, I felt, was circumspect like my father, but in many ways a lot like my mother too.
Mm-hmm. And where is Tony now?
He lives in Taos. He's a falconer. I wore this shirt in his honor.
And where's Allegra?
Allegra is hopefully in the audience tonight. She lives in Taos too. Are you there, Lex?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh wow!
Stand up and make yourself known. Thank you. Allegra's book, Love Child, was an inspiration to me too when I came to write this book. Because she'd done it so successfully, I thought, well, she can do it.
Wonderful.
Maybe I can.
What do you most appreciate in your friends?
Loyalty.
There was-
It went very quiet.
When you guys read the book, you'll see that frankly, in a peculiar, and to me anyway, an unusual way, you grew up in two houses. There was the big house and then the little house. And was there a point at which you understood that that's not that? And John lived in the big house, and your mom lived in the little house with you guys. And when he was there, you'd sort of go back and forth between them. Was there a moment where you realized that that's not how other people grew up in families? That was an unusual kind of...
Well, it wasn't completely unusual in English and Irish houses for husbands and wives to have separate bedrooms. And
This is separate houses.
it's a bit down that way, isn't it? But yes, but there was this thing, and sex was rarely, the subject rarely arose in Ireland, so you didn't really think about it very much. As a small child, it didn't come up.
Mm-hmm.
Really. I used to see nudes in my father's painting collection, but apart from that, there wasn't a lot of discussion about sex in the southwest of Ireland in the 1950s. And I think I just sort of accepted things the way they were. Everything seemed fine, really, until my mother separated from my father and moved to London, and then I was about 11 years old. And I guess it was at around 10